Hey everyone, welcome to Metrics Monday. It's a day that we go over what we did last week in numbers, and then figure out how we can improve for this upcoming week. So last week we had collectively as a team 30 brokers engagement. Out of those, we were able to screen 32 deals, got 7 deals fully underwritten, and then submit to LOI from there. And here is our number overall compared to the week before. And clearly you're probably gonna see this drop in numbers, but simply because last week I just happened to have my VA email a lot of brokers. And this week is also a week that this past week, my VA was on vacation. So I was very mindful of making sure that she has a good, she offered to work during her vacation, but I'm like, no, please go on your vacation and make sure you have some good rest and have an amazing trip. But what I also realizing is I'm not having a really good, I want to say continuity in my business. As a small business, currently, I'm not having another person who's shadowing or understanding the same process, so that let's say one is out sick or one is on vacation, the other one can take over. I have 2 VAs, but currently there's no continuity yet. They can essentially work on 2 different parts of my business. So something there for me to, learn, it's always one of those things when someone go on vacation is when I'm like, I can see where I am missing in terms of process and system there. But yeah, that was there on my end. So essentially, I did not have my VA to really screen deals on the back end and continue to follow with brokers. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna stop sharing and maybe have the team chime in and see what's there for them.
Hey there, Dawn here. So yeah, looking at the numbers, I always say it seems, like we're doing a really good job, and sometimes the numbers don't always translate, but there was a lot of activity again this week. Em and I worked very deep on one property that we believe has a really good shot. So that is something that we haven't submitted yet, but is probably going to be submitted this week. And then there were others that I took a look at a little bit deeper. And again, for me, questions back to mom and just kind of going there, and questions to other, people who might be helping us in some of the process. So there's a lot of activity. It's just, we're just trying to get that deal.
I think one of the things that I saw this week, and Em, I'm curious your feedback, we saw 2 extreme of properties, meaning it was either totally unoccupied and or really, really low occupancy, or properties that were just, higher end and we didn't want to see it all. So I saw a lot of extremes this week. I don't know whether it just happened to be the deals that came in, but I felt like we saw a lot of properties this week that were really under rented and needing a lot of work. I see Dawn shaking her head.
Yeah, I see that, and mom probably can attest, we can all attest that there's definitely I would say there's some, when a deal comes through that is really in our buy box, it's starting to become a little bit better of a deal. But yes, there's the extremes, whereas you are seeing some of these properties that are either sometimes management went in and they didn't really turn it around well, or they've got the bridge loans and they're looking or needing to sell within 18 months, and it doesn't matter what condition they're in, they're just not in great condition because they didn't get to do a lot in that 18 months and now have to sell, right? So there's kind of both ends getting in there.
The other thing, I don't know if anybody else is feeling it. We're on day 52? 53. And I'm like, are we doing enough? I mean, I feel like our level of activity is really high. Are we doing enough to get a deal? And I'd be curious if anyone watching thinks, what they see when they're in this business, or if they're a broker, working with people, are we doing a lot or not enough?
Well, I, like you, Chris, saw a lot of deals that did not work out. I screened probably more than I have before.
Right.
And I was able to delete a lot of them right off the top. Either, like you said, some were totally vacant or pretty close to it. Or for some other, I also keep seeing a lot of large deals that don't fit our buy box.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I was able to delete a lot. But at the other end, as far as doing the work, I did not have a lot of broker contact this week. So I'm glad you picked up the slack. I don't know, we're taking our turns here. And for me, it's just trying to manage my current life a little bit better. And that will come, but hopefully I can get back to more brokers this week. I am behind on my tasks quite a bit. And when I was in touch this week, it was mostly to get answers for Dawn. It really wasn't getting new properties. I think we had a couple, Dawn, right? But they didn't even go into the tracker because we didn't have enough information for the tracker. So I think we're at least 3, maybe 4, but I think at least 3 that did not get to the tracker yet. So I will try to pick up some slack this week and help out the team.
I think you're doing great, Selena. There are weeks that we have tons of time, and like I spent hours on Sunday, doing it because I could. And then other weeks, like it gets to be Sunday or Monday, and we're like, oh my God, what did we get done today?
Yeah, when we look at our metrics and say, uh-oh.
Yeah, this is hard. Like anyone out there who thinks that we're just getting on here and it's easy, it is really hard to come live every day and like say what we're doing. And it seems redundant to you all. It is redundant. Like it is a lot of the same activity. I talked to someone today about, success in social media, but it really relates to anything in any business. Consistency is the key. Anyone out there who is watching these videos, if you're following people that seem to be, just landing tons of deals and making it look super easy, it is not. Consistency and time is the thing that makes you successful in any business. And nobody is an overnight success. If you see that, run the other way, because if it looks too good to be true, it is too good to be true. It is hard work no matter what business you're in.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like this is one step at a time, right? We always say that it's one step at a time. I always look at it the same way. I looked at a marathon. It is one step at a time. It is a long process. Sometimes you're, getting thrown off. Sometimes you're getting injured. Sometimes you're, doing whatever, while you're in the process, but it's staying consistent. It's taking those small actions. We are definitely doing that. Like I know there's not a day that goes by that I don't do something like,
yeah, me too.
And for me, I think it's more, well, for all of us, right? It's not necessarily a catch-up game. It's just, I like to stay in it. I want to know what I'm doing. I want to make sure I'm getting done what I need to get done. And so you're right. I mean, it's not always easy. I love it. So like for me, it makes it a little bit easier. But it's, it's hard work. It's communicating all the time. It's all of it, it's just getting the work done and doing what you say you're going to do. I'm a very big believer in putting my foot forward, saying what I'm going to do and actually doing it. We have integrity here. We're working our butts off. We're ready to get that property, to make the property in the area beautiful, and to get our investors the wealth journey that they want, as well as ourselves, right? So it's a combination of everything, and that's what we're doing.
I think everyone hit it for me, so I'm not going to add anything today, except for be a good human being. Don't leave your cart in the middle of a parking spot, and don't take up 2 parking spots. Just be a good human being, people. It's really, really easy. And when you're kind to others, it makes you feel good. And don't you want to feel good? Because I know I do. Okay, off my soapbox.
Wait, I
just took a book or a page from Chris Fanning's book.
So I have actually a feel good story, even though it's Metric Monday. We could do Feel Good Friday, but when we were in Disney, I'm famous for leaving my credit card in a card reader and walking away because I'm so excited for whatever I bought. In this case, it was a cocktail in Animal Kingdom. Okay. And as I walked away, there was a ruckus behind me and someone's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I turned around And the vendor in Disney was like, we just charged your card because you left it in there and we have to refund his drink. We're so sorry. We didn't mean to charge your card. And I looked at them and it was like $30. I'm like, pay it forward. The drink's on me. Have a great Disney day. Spreading a little magic. Okay, here's where it gets to be really cool. The other day I had to drive home from Boston. And when I did, I'm going to put this in my feed on Monday morning tomorrow when I'm at the gym for 3 things I'm grateful for. But when I drove home Tuesday night from Boston, I realized my rental car didn't have an Easy Pass in it. And I was like, oh, I'm that person again, crossing the bridge with no money. Can't say that's the first time. And the woman, I pull in, I'm like, I need to get a ticket. I need to pay this. And she's like, you have no cash? No, of course I have no cash. I just drove from Boston. Why would I have cash? The person behind me paid my toll, $5. How cool was that? So this was a long, segment today. And if you made it to the end, you heard that little Easter egg, but be a good human. Like Emily said, pay it forward. Made my entire night. Somebody paid my $5 toll because then I didn't have to try and remember to send it in and get a ticket on the rental car. So anyway, feel good, be a good human. And we're working hard.
That's going to be your theme for this week. Be a good human. So, all right.
That's going to be our tagline today. Trick Monday. Be a good human. Listen to the end.
Yeah. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
Bye.